Ever since my daughter was in middle school, she gave me the nickname Podge. And ever since then, that's what my daughter calls me. That's what all of her friends call me. We were always super close, and I was really worried when she was going off to college that maybe we'd grow apart a little bit more. So I just sort of racked my brain. What could I do to try to stay as connected to her as possible? So I came up with the idea that every Sunday, I would record a 5-minute episode about the kind of topics we might normally talk about. Send it to her Monday morning, and then she could watch it on her way to campus. I thought it'd be a good idea to resurrect that. They'll be the kinds of topics that I would talk to my now 25-year-old daughter, or the younger version of myself, or people that I mentor, or maybe you. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Coffee with Podge. Today's topic's a really interesting one to me. I want to talk about when you get angry or upset about something that happens in your life, especially when you're the object of that anger is somebody else. My experience is that's projection. So let's say you have a situation where you're mistreated by your boss at work or by someone you're dating or whatever it might be. It's so easy to fixate on the other person and be like, I can't believe that person did that, or how could they treat me that way? And in my experience, when I really think about situations I've had in my past, the person I'm really upset with is myself because I allowed myself to be in that situation. I had a situation before where I had worked for a CEO, very, very difficult guy to work for. We had a very contentious relationship, but amazingly enough, we had a very successful financial exit. And we parted ways. He actually, I wouldn't say we were friends after that, but we had made some money together. So we certainly had I would say a decent, relationship post that. And I thought, maybe the guy's mellowed. And he even invested in a company of mine that ended up, not doing well. But anyway, so he had another company, and he had asked me to come in and help him run it, which I did. And we had another very successful financial exit. But yeah, he mistreated me terribly in that second company, even worse than he had in the first one. And initially, I was upset at him. But the more I thought about it, I was like, wait a second. It's not his fault. He's exactly who he said he was. He's exactly who I knew he was. I chose to go work for him again. So how can I blame him for that? And I think romantic relationships are the same thing. You see it all the time. People will get back together with an old boyfriend or girlfriend, or, you even see people that get divorced and then get remarried to the same person, which seems clinically insane to me. But the same kind of thing, it's like when it turns out just how it turned out before, oftentimes the person, that's, wronged in that relationship is furious at their partner. And the reality is they're exactly who they said they were. And again, exactly who you knew they were. So I just think that the other side of it too is think about if you take the responsibility for when you have those negative emotions, anger, resentment, whatever it might be, that instead of fixating on an external source for your misery, you instead sort of have extreme ownership of it yourself. Now all of a sudden you have agency. Now it's your thing to fix. If the problem's the other person, what do you're not going to change that person. So you're just skating uphill. Doesn't make any sense. So I think one, because it's true, and even if it wasn't true, which I think it is, it's so much more useful to take responsibility for your feelings and emotions about situations where even if you have been treated unfairly or wronged in some way, that if you fully own and take it as your own, it's so much more empowering. Anyway, hope you found it useful. Hope to see you next time.